And I'm glad to have you back. Well, we'll be linking up with Professor Uwaleke on the show tomorrow, Tuesday, to talk more about this Naira policy, of course, and the fuel scarcity, which is eating deep into the fabric of the economy. We weren't able to connect back with him based on challenges and all of that. But let's look at markets now. The market is closing today 0.27% positive. Gainers, we have Sovereign Inc., we have Linkashore, we have International Energy Assurance, we have IMG Cordval. Losers for today, we have MC Nichols, we have Prestige Assurance, we have ITN Coco, we have Suno Assurance, we have Japol Gold, and I have joining me via phone Mr. Muktar Mohammed, investment banker, stockbroker. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammed. Let's start with an overview of the market's performance for last week and coming into this week, starting also positively. What is your take? And what are the fundamentals responsible for all of this?
Fundamentals strong to low. Market performance last week strong. This is due to the earnings season that we are expecting. And last week we saw financial report from Stanbic, IBTC, and FCMB. And even those reports were just, they are still waiting for the approval from their regulators. Last week also we saw volume in Access, in Zenith, and in UBA. All this is due to the fact that investors are beginning to queue up for dividend payout. So definitely that trend is continuing this week. You could see the movement in terms of volume from the banking stock especially. We expect that to continue until we get results. By going by the antecedent, we're supposed to have, in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we're supposed to have the results of Zenith Bank and also United and Capital.
You said the figures are coming in, but let's talk about stocks like the telecommunication space. For last week, I saw the likes of Airtel Africa are doing so well. What's happening around the telecommunication space at this time?
Well, Airtel Africa is doing very well. You expect them to do very well. You know, they are also money agents and they are listed. Who are listed both in other African countries. They are Airtel Africa. They are doing very well, especially in the data area rather than the voice. So a lot of people are using data these days. It's becoming the new normal. And also you have a lot of people working from virtually also. And they have come up with products that help people to do virtual. And also you mustn't forget that they also have applied for the 5G license. That also is boosting investors' confidence in their stock going forward. So we expect this to continue, especially with the telecommunications sector, both Airtel and MTN. They are the tools of investors. But again, the challenge is with Airtel, you know, we have little in terms of volume. We don't seem to have the volume in those stocks. You know, they are just listed by introduction. They've not done IPO or any other listing. So definitely those prices will continue to go up because it's held by a very few investors. But if they open it, it also could give opportunity for other Nigerians to be part of it.
Well, coincidentally, the scarcity of the Naira notes and fuel is not impacting trading at the exchange. But the hike in interest rates, 17.5%, and all of this, any effect on the market, all of these economic issues that we face?
So when you look at the numbers, they've not been effect. Naira scarcity will also help the banks. You know that Naira scarcity is going to help the bank because a lot of people have gone cashless. You go to even in the informal sectors are beginning to think cashless. At the end of it, they will benefit more is the bank in terms of non-income interest, income interest. So definitely, it has helped the bank. Cashless will definitely help the bank, help the larger economy, but especially who are the larger economy, who are the first beneficial larger economy is the financial sector. Who are the financial sector is the banking sector. Who are the banking people that benefit the bank shareholders. So definitely that will have a positive effect. When you talk about interest rate, I keep saying that investors have to do what we call comparative analysis, looking at the treasury bill, looking at the mutual fund, and also looking at the bond market. And then looking at the dividend yield, especially in stocks like the Tier 1 bank, when you look at what they gave last year, what they are giving this year, just calculating that alone at the current price, you are getting about 11% of dividend yield, which is very, 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 very fine. And if you look at a stock like United Capital, you are getting a dividend yield of about 7.5 if you're going by what they gave last year. So definitely, investors is more valued. And this value we are talking about in terms of dividend yield, we are talking of dividend yield, we are not talking of capital appreciation. And you know that if this stock does very well and the result comes out, the numbers are good and they are paying good dividends, definitely there will be a positive movement. So what you gain both the dividend yield and the capital appreciation. I think basically that's why you are seeing investors and not leaving the equity space despite the interest rate hike. But after the dividend payout, you see there will be a risk strategy where you see some investors collect this dividend and then go into the money market space and then look for a good avenue to come back to the market when some of these equities are down, especially in preparation for interim dividend. Like I always say, when the economy is going through a lot of challenges like what we are going, macroeconomic challenges, interest rate challenge, and other exchange rate volatility, liquidity becomes king. And when we talk about liquidity, we are talking about cash. So definitely any investment that can give you cash, immediate cash, is what investors are driving towards.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muktar Mohammed. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, too.
Effiong, take it away from there. My colleague is here, as usual.
Continue to talk about the banks for some time to come. They begin to take more attention from us. And the three big banks, UBA, GTCO, and Zenith, I was monitoring before we here, and you find that investors are rooting seriously for their stocks. It is understandable because of expectation of year-end results that they bring in. And this bank, along with others, I think on the average, they have not been disappointing their shareholders. So expectation is still that they will still perform even on the average level, despite the trouble in the larger economy. Insurance stocks also moving, and they share also issues in the financial subsector. Like Mohammed had said, despite every other thing, the stock market is showing itself very, very strongly. And it's encouraging that even though that we had all these drawbacks in the economy, it means the market would have gone haywire compared to what we've seen in other African markets. But let's hope that by the time we finish elections this month, and then the results come down and the coast is clear, those who are coming back to lead the country, the direction will be very, very clear, and then the markets will do its best. But before then, majority of the shareholders and fund managers would have been rewarded for staying with some of these companies, especially the banks, for last year. So all in all, the stock market is performing very well on the average, considering the trouble, the depression, the pressing issues that we have in the economy. So, and if you ask me, I do not even see any credible way of people making money easily than this stock market. So if you follow it very well, you are likely to, maintain certain floats. So that's how we see it.
Amos, thank you so much, Effiong. Let's say it plays out during the week.